You see hundreds of faces every day, and each face has a title and a meaning. That title may be stranger, for the face of the man you see from your window walking outside on the street. Or it could be classmate or fellow learner when you see the many faces on campus sitting in classes or lounges or walking around campus. And with each time we see a face, we begin to add more details and characteristics to the meaning behind that face. So, in the course of a semester, the faces in your class can go from stranger, someone I have never met and know nothing about, to classmate, someone who is also studying to be an elementary teacher, then possibly even friend, someone who shares similar interests to you and is someone you can confide in and count on. It is through our life's evolution that we develop the relationships and ties with other people, so that we attribute who we are today with the faces that to others may mean nothing, but to a single person, to me, they shape my existence. Now, before I share with you all the amazing faces of the people in my life, I wanted to give a little background on where I came from. I was born and raised in a small town in Ohio called Plain City. It was a small farm town, the type of place where it was easier to name 10 people I knew in a store than to find 2 who I didn't. I love my hometown and everyone in it. I went to a Christian preschool and then spent the rest of my pre-collegiate education within the Jonathan Alder School District. I also grew up in the Catholic Church and still love going back and visiting St. Joseph's, the church where I spent my childhood. Family members are the first and most natural faces we learned. They are the faces of the people who we are bound to for life, and though they are not the faces we would choose to be around, they are the ones that we constantly see and are the ones that we will learn the most about and also learn the most from. Mom. To me, her face means safety and love. She is always and will always be there for me in everything I do, encouraging me to strive to be the best I can. She is always there to celebrate with me in my victories and boost me back up after my failures. She has taught me that hard work and dedication will pay off. And when I was inducted into the National Honor Society and then later graduated with honors and distinction in the top 10% of my class, I knew she was right. I love spending time with her baking and making crafts, things that let us use our creativity and at the same time allow us to talk and share with each other. Dad. His face means spirited and understanding. He has always made an effort to stay connected with me and always wants to know how everything from work to school to friends is going. As a child, my dad and I participated in an organization called Indian Princess, a group that sponsors and promotes father-daughter activities. We had so much fun doing these activities together, and I think it was then that we formed the bond we share and shaped the fun-hearted nature between us. He believes strongly that everyone should have a solid support group of friends and always tried to make sure that we were in some group that would provide an opportunity for that friendship interaction. As a result, I played all kinds of sports, including gymnastics and dancing, softball, basketball, volleyball, soccer, and cheerleading, most of which I stopped playing by middle school when I realized that my athletic ability was better suited for recreational sports, and in some cases just wasn't there at all. I did stay with participating in 4-H all the way from 4th grade through my junior year in high school, and I was in many school musicals. Although these sports and clubs I made many friends. So when I look at my dad's face, I see the encouragement that led me to these friends, some of which I still have today. Parents. Together, their faces mean unity. They have been together my entire life and have been there to support each other through all life's trials and tribulations. Together, their faces are also my moral guidelines. They have always encouraged me to pursue a religious lifestyle, and my childhood memories come from church events and church sacraments like First Communion and Confirmation. And to today, still, their faces keep me on a path that I want to take and encourage me to make the right decisions in times when I feel myself going astray. I love the saying that friends are the family we choose, because for me, that is very true in the friends that I have. I see each of their faces, in their faces, the same comfort I find in each of my true family members. Each of their faces draws up a slightly different meaning in my mind, and each has a set of memories that make them unique. Morgan. Her face means everything that celebrating life and finding joy in life should be. Our parents met at St. Joseph's, and through our families hanging out, we met and grew to become best friends. And throughout our friendship, we have shared many milestones and somehow managed to stay friends, while so many other friendships have come and gone. She is a great energy source and excitement level she puts into everything she does, and just to be around that sort of spirit is infectious and inspiring. She gives me courage when times are hard, that life will get better, and there is a silver lining in every situation. Emily. Seeing her face, my mind thinks of someone who is caring and compassionate. She is the friend that is always there for you in any sort of trouble. You would call her and she would find a way to make it better, because everything she does with a loving heart. We became friends my junior year of high school when we were both in the musical together, and we have been close ever since. She shows me that having faith in people even when you think they don't deserve nothing. The third group of people that have had a great impact on shaping who I become as a person and a thinker are your teachers. They spend many hours with you a day, and in some aspects, they have power to either make or break you. Not only your learning career, but much of your personality and the way you interact and spend your school career. I was lucky enough to have a whole range of teachers that made me. And because I am a future teacher, I can truly understand the importance of their significance in my life. Carol. Her face means faith, charity, and love. As a child, starting when I was a baby, I spent all of my weekdays at her home, and she was the best child care provider I could have asked for. She not only cared for all of the children that she watched, but she loved each of us like her own children, and that love was so evident in all that she did. By spending so much of my time with her, she became my first teacher, so to speak, teaching me all of the ways a person should act and treat others, as well as teaching me to count and recognize my ABCs. She showed me that if you put love into your teaching and show the kids, they will respect and respond in the most positive ways. And it was going from her house and being around so many younger children all the time that I grew to love working with young children. Mrs. McBride. Her face is the face of my favorite teacher and the face of someone who showed me what joy and excitement can come from having a passion to teach. She was my kindergarten teacher, and I can still remember how much I loved her class and all the fun learning experience she provided for her students. She was the teacher for me that showed me what a reward can come from teaching, and teaching well with enthusiasm and love. At the time while I was in her class, I'm sure I never thought in detail about what all this meant, but I know for sure that I knew when I grew up I wanted her job. And from that age, I never faltered from my goal of wanting to become a teacher. Throughout the rest of my years at Jonathan Alder, I was blessed to have so many other great teachers that helped to show me different teaching styles that worked for them and their personalities. None being right or wrong, but each showing me a different way you can impact a student's life. And in their faces, I see care, strength, compassion, understanding, encouragement, faith, and so many other things. These are just a few of the faces of the people that have truly impacted my life, and it is my goal as a future teacher to lead my classroom in a way so that when my students, past and present, look at my face, they see in me all of the things that I see in the people who have shaped and molded who I am today.